And very slowly, very softly, very gently, bring your awareness back into your body. If you've had your beautiful eyes closed, I invite you to open your eyes. And once you get a little more settled into your body, back into the room, I want to extend a delicious, delicious invitation to really enjoy this next section of the program. And we have zooming all the way from Holland, Janosh. And are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you. Yes. Great to be with you tonight.
Oh, welcome, welcome. I love how great the Zoom feed is looking.
I was going to say, he looks great.
Yes, absolutely.
And he's one of the few guests who looks exactly like his picture. So he's not aging, obviously.
He's not aging.
You're right.
He's perfect.
No, I'm not aging. That's energy, huh? Energy keeps you young.
Yeah, of course. That's what we all teach. Well, we're going to let him talk about what he does. Janosh is a mind styler. Are you ready for this? Everyone has questions. Everyone wants to be happy. In fact, everyone knows that they have it inside, that key to a happy, rich, and full life. At the same moment, times are changing. The magical words for happiness was a lifestyle over the past few years. If you had a better job, if you had a better car, if you owned a lovely new pair of shoes, that's not necessarily for me, but for the gals, money and possessions were synonyms for ultimate happiness. People, unfortunately, had to learn this wasn't really so in some very difficult ways.
So a crisis like the one underway at the moment is an eye-opener for so many. Lifestyle is no longer trending. Mind style is what it's all about. It's not important giving form to all the things around you, but giving form to your mind is the key. A powerful mind can do everything. In the end, that is the fundament, the foundation of a basic truth. Janosh uses geometrical figures and music at certain frequencies as tools to bring the message across. And it's actually scientifically proven that the combination of geometrical images and music frequencies bring your brain into a specific state of rest. And when you're not distracted by the enormous amount of stimulations that are fired in your direction, the message lasts longer. And in a nutshell, you absorb it better.
And where your mind was first filled with unimportant matters, Janosh reforms the message to the person that you've always been, a part of you that you perhaps couldn't reach before. To say it in simple words, Janosh says there's a whole lot of rubbish in your head. He's right. He's very right. He teaches you can re-mind style it again with parts of the message that he spreads which will entice you, that fit with you. Janosh has had enough of just blind followers, he says. You are responsible for your own life. You are responsible for your choices. He offers you insights to the key of finding your own happiness that you're carrying with you, that you know about. It's up to you what you think you need. That sounds so great, Janosh, and thank you. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
We always want to know, how did this happen? How did you ever get into this mind style?
It's a funny story. It was in 2003. I was really ambitious to earn money, to have a beautiful car, beautiful house, and I worked very hard. And then on a certain moment, I start to see these figures. I start to see sacred geometry, and I thought, I worked too hard, I need to see a doctor. but I loved what I saw, so I'm a graphic designer, so I made them in the computer what I saw. And then suddenly I start to hear a voice, and then really I called 911. And I said, pick me up because I hear voices and I see pictures. But I was very lucky with the doctor I got. He interviewed me and he said, maybe you need to start to listening to that voice you heard. And so it's all started. And I started to change my work, and I felt coming home and I thought I need to do something with this. It's a language I understand, and I started working with it.
Well, that's extraordinary. And during that time, what about your family and friends?
They thought I was getting crazy.
I'm sure.
But I thought it by myself too, because I was not into spirituality. When people were talking about meditation, I said, that's woo-woo, don't do that kind of things. Mm-hmm. But it changed my whole life when I started to connect with this energy.
So as you connected with the energy, how did that then morph into that which you will call mind style, especially in using frequencies and sounds and sacred geometry?
It started with a voice. It's from Arcturians, they are. It's from outside the earth. And they explained me how we communicate and how we, let's say, influence each other with our words, what is coming from the brain. We have all fears, doubts, insecurities. So we project in our words what is based on competition and duality. And they explained me that sacred geometry is a holy language, what communicates the language of the soul. So it goes beyond our reverence. So it can right away activate our soul or patterns, what needs to get healed. And when they start to explain this, I start to experiment with it, and I felt things start to change in my life. And I thought, I want to share this with the world.
And so what was the first time you shared it with someone?
The first time with some friends.
Yes.
And they said, it's feeling, when you go into it, like you use drugs, like a natural high. It brings you very fast in a certain state. Because the sound frequencies they gave me and the sacred geometry shapes together brings you very quickly in a kind of alpha state. And in this alpha state, you can enter your subconscious state, where are also your patterns, your fears, your doubts. Everything we learned is in our subconscious, because at 7 o'clock in the morning, I will not tell myself at 3 o'clock today, I will be insecure. That's not an appointment I make with myself.
Yeah.
It's a pattern. It's just there. It's a trigger. And so we need to connect with our subconscious to rewrite or override this pattern. And that way we can heal ourselves much faster than with normal meditation. And then I get connected with drum flow, and also in the ancient Egypt, they had mystery schools of Egypt for 24 years. They really explored what is the power of sacred geometry and what can we do with sounds, because everything is energy, everything is a frequency. So every heartbeat, but every thought, every feeling, every organ has a frequency. And we can measure this, so we can communicate with our whole body to start very quickly healings with frequencies. And that's how it started.
Tell us how this works with somebody you're working with. How do you display the sounds to them?
We created tools like you focus on your screen and we build up sacred geometry shapes, because it's a language. So you have different colors, different patterns. And we work with special tones and frequencies, but it sounds like normal music, else it would be very irritating.
Okay.
And we put the sounds in there. So like, for example, the second chakra has a 256 megahertz frequency. So there is self-esteem or self-confidence. So if we focus on sacred geometry and we're listening to this kind of sounds, something starts to change inside of us, because it brings us right away there where the healing wants to start, because we have no reference. We all have a saboteur who is telling us negative things because of everything we experience in life. And we go beyond that. We go beyond the saboteur right away there where something wants to get healed or transformed.
We tell people that they're actually programmed. They don't even know it. But
exactly.
From birth, we are told certain things and certain things. So this really helps to get through that. And
yes.
You're reprogramming the subconscious.
Yeah, I don't like the word reprogramming.
No, I don't either. But releasing.
Releasing. Because I think we are very powerful beings, but we forgot it. And so I hope, this is my dream, my mission, to bring people back to their own love, to their own power, and that they can do much more than they think they can do.
What are some of the examples of people that have come to you and you've witnessed them go through an amazing healing?
They make choices, different choices. Sometimes we want to make choices to change a job, or we don't live the life we really want, but we adapt to what is expected. So when people really start a healing, they start to make choices. They start slowly to change their life, more connected with their heart or with their desires. When I do a training or a workshop, my first questions always will be, what is your biggest desire? And I was shocked in the beginning that the most people don't know. They can't give an answer on what is the biggest desire. So I want to bring people back, because if you go to your real desire, magic will happen. I believe in magic. And that's my passion.
We'd love to hear some examples. I'm sure you have examples of people who have come to you in a certain state, perhaps, and had an awareness change.
Yeah, I meet a lot of people with a burnout. They keep going, doing things what they don't like, but it's expected from them. They have fear for rejection, or fear to fail, or fear for critics. And so they keep going, and they make themselves sick. So when I work with people with sacred geometry and with these sounds, and the repeating is very important. So one activation will not change your life. You need to do the repeating, because the habits we have, the fears we have, also came because of repeating things what happen in our life. And I saw people really to make big changes, that start for themselves, change jobs. Even people got out of a wheelchair because they felt their own healing powers. We are magicians, and then when I see these kind of things happen, then I get excited, because that's the reason I want to create a better world. I want to bring more love to this planet, and I cannot do it for the people. I feel I'm a magician, but I cannot do it for you. But I can show you the road. I can help you to do it